My full name is Hasil Khan Bizenjo, and I am a son of late Mir Ghaus Bizenjo. And actually, my father was a nationalist politician, and he always they have a struggle for national rights of the people of Pakistan at that time, the East Pakistan, West Pakistan. The main struggle in West Pakistan, the nationalist leaders, especially Ghaus Bizenjo, Khan Abdul Wali Khan, even Sheikh Mujib, the main thrust of their politics at that time was one unit. Because they have developed two units. One was the name of East Pakistan, and one was in the West Pakistan. But we believe that Pakistan was the country of five nationalities: the Bengalis, Baloch, Punjabi, Sindhi, and Pashtun. But this was denied after death of Qaid-e-Azam. When Ayub Khan put this one unit, and they run with the two governors, one in the East Pakistan and the one in the West Pakistan, from that day, this struggle has been started for the right of the nationalities. And because in this process, there were two major political parties which were fighting for this right of the nationalities. And one was a Awami League, and second biggest party was National Awami Party, which is in NEPTA at that time. Actually, this was the struggle for the national rights. But in the meantime, all the dictators, especially like start from Sikandar Mirza to Ayub Khan, they have denied this one, and they say those people who ask for the right of the nationalities, if they say they are self Bengali, if they say they are Baloch, or Pakhtun, or Punjabi, they are anti-Pakistanis. This was basic, I think, alliance with the East and West. And for that, if you go to down to the history about my father, which I remember always in the jail, he had remained in the jail more than 18 years in different time. And same position was with Wali Khan and all the NEP workers and political leaders, and same positions were here with Maulana Bashani, Mujibur Rahman, and other Awami League leaders. Actually, this was a joint struggle of the national rights within East and West. Because of that, the Bengali leadership and the Baloch leadership and Pakhtun leadership, they become very close at that time. Because everybody is interested here, what happened? Maybe few people know it. Actual problem was this, it's okay that Islamabad was denying the right to the Bengalis. He was assembly denying the rights of Baloch and Pakhtun. And interestingly, before the operation started in Dhaka in Bengal, or you can say at that time East Pakistan, before that army have three operations he did in Balochistan already. On 57, 58, then 65, last one was 73. And you can say now also it's continuing. In 70 elections, one thing unique happened, that one unit has been abolished at that time. Now they have become five provinces actually. In East Pakistan, in Bengal, Awami League swept. And the same position was in Balochistan, in NWFP at that time, now its name is Khyber Pakhtunkhwa. NEP won the election in Balochistan and NWFP. And Mujib have won the election in East Pakistan. The establishment of Pakistan have realized this, that they know these people are politically think on same level. The leadership of Balochistan, leadership of Khyber Pakhtunkhwa, and Bengali leadership. I think this was the turning point for the establishment, and they have realized if these people become in the power, they will make more difficult to rule for the establishment, especially the army and the bureaucracy and right-wing thinkers. What they did, they need a leader. Because now after the election, problem become they don't have the leader. They put Zulfikar Ali Bhutto as their leader. And Bhutto is as much power-hungry man. And he accepted all the demands of the establishment. When Mujib have asked for the assembly in Dhaka, the first man he refused, that was Zulfikar Ali Bhutto. Because Bhutto was know it, if I win there, the government will go to Mujib, and half of East Pakistan will be allied with Mujib, and I will never be in power. From here, the main case has been started. What I know, maybe there are many backgrounds, that exploitation of Islamabad to the resources of Bengal, resources of Balochistan, resources of Khyber Pakhtunkhwa. But this was when the establishment become known it. From here, they have started the game actually. When Mujib asked the members of the West Pakistan that I'm being a majority leader, you should come there. Because the major portion was with Zulfikar Ali Bhutto, because the most populated areas are Punjab and Sindh, they were with Bhutto. But there are two other provinces. Balochistan, which is a land-wise 44% of Pakistan. And again the Khyber Pakhtunkhwa. Bhutto had refused them. And all the NEP members of the National Assembly, that was the Ghaus Bizenjo, that's Khair Bakhsh Mari, Arbab Sikandar, and Khan Abdul Wali Khan, they all have came to Dhaka on the call of Sheikh Mujib. And there was a very famous sentence of Zulfikar Ali Bhutto. I will tell it in Urdu. कि जो बंगाल जाएगा मैं उसके पाँव तोड़ दूंगा. This was the famous sentence of Zulfikar Ali Bhutto. Because he and Yahya Khan, they have joined the hand. They have come here. After that, they went back. When the tension was arised, Yahya Khan asked the National Party leaders, can you come here and go and tell, start the negotiation with Mujib. My father was Bakhsh Bizenjo and Khan Abdul Wali Khan. They again came to Dhaka. They have started negotiation with Mujib. In his memories, my father wrote that when I and Wali Khan was staying with Mujib, and we arguing with them, कि यार Mujib, Pakistan nahi todo. So Mujib have given a very interesting reply to my father and Wali Khan. उन्होंने कहा, look, you both. Wali Khan is the son of Ghaffar Khan, and Ghaus Bakhsh, you both are against Pakistan in 1947. You are from Kalat, you have made a speech and refused to join Pakistan. And Ghaffar Khan is allied with the Congress, and he refused to join Pakistan. But Mujib was a man, he was going to door for Pakistan. And today, it is a history that you are telling me. And what my father told me, he says, Mujib told me that we don't want to leave. We don't want to leave. We live in Pakistan, but the establishment of Islamabad has decided to that we don't carry this baggage more. And they now never leave me. This is 20th March, the last. My father told me that I went to Sheikh Mujib, and Sheikh Mujib told me, Mr. Bizenjo, you now must leave Dhaka. And I'm very much sure from tomorrow they will crack down in Dhaka. And if you people have killed here, you and Wali Khan, I will never let me in my life. I think better you leave. Then they say that we have left with Mujib. And they have cracked down here. And when they reach in Karachi, when the flight was Dhaka to Karachi, after 4 days, both have been arrested. Khan Abdul Wali Khan, and not only Khan Abdul Wali Khan in Mir Ghaus Bizenjo. It's a very interesting thing. Yesterday I was telling to some channel. There are large people in Pakistan, especially in Balochistan, Khyber Pakhtunkhwa, even in Sindh. They were all against this military operation. But there are few news were coming at that time in Dhaka that people are protesting there. At that time, if you take Faiz Ahmad Faiz, Habib Jaleb, they're the leading, they're not only poets, they were political leaders also. Everybody have opposed this military operation. But they have did it, and when Mujib was arrested from here, they brought to Pindi. There were many protests in Balochistan and Sindh at that time. And I think this is the main connection, because the Baloch leadership and Pashtun leadership were very close with this Awami League leadership, because Bashani was already in NEP. At what time he was become the president of NEP. And Ahmad Kabir was a leader of National Party at that time. Because if you go to Bengal, their stance was anti-military, but that was a more political, you can say, because they're the very congested areas and populated areas. But in Balochistan, the population is very small. We have 44% of Pakistan, but in the population we have 5%. Then Baloch have started the struggle always with arms. In 58, first 47, then 58, then 64, then 72, 73. And Baloch politics were always against the dictatorship and military. Because we have the long history of the fighting with the dictatorial and especially the military rule. That's my father, that's with Khair Bakhsh Mari, Atawla Mengal, Gul Khan Nasir. There are many, many people. And they were always in the jail. Because, and always there was a insurgency in Balochistan till now. Even today, there is a insurgency in Balochistan against the army. My father won the election in 1963, I think. But after election, he took oath, and after 1 month, he went to the jail. For the whole term, he was in jail when he was a member of the assembly. Again, my father took part in the elections and became the member of the National Assembly in East Pakistan, Mujib and these people, and in the West Pakistan, Wali Khan, Khosrow Bizenjo, they were the member of that assembly. When the formation of this country became, this was not created in one day actually. But this is a creation of Bengalis actually. This is not a creation of West Pakistan actually. Pakistan is the creation of Bengalis and those people who are living in India. Because there is no such struggle in the name of Pakistan there. If you remember, the Union's party won in Punjab and Muslim League had lost. Same position was in Khyber Pakhtunkhwa at the NWFP. The Muslim League have lost. In Sindh, it was also 50-50. Muslim League have won the election only in Bengal. Because of this migration from India to Pakistan, that now people living in Karachi speaking Urdu. Actually, this was the demand of Pakistan. Bengalis and people living in the other side of the border. Balochistan have joined Pakistan lately, around around after 1 year, you can say. Then this was an agreement with Jinnah that we are joining Pakistan, but all the rights will be reserved. The defense, foreign affairs, currency will be Pakistan, but rest of the powers will go to that federating unit. The word used not promise even. The federating unit, other we call it the national units. But when Sikandar Mirza came, and he started saying that there is a no Bengali, there is a no Punjabi, there is a no Baloch. And this is actually the violation of this agreement, which Qaid-e-Azam Muhammad Ali Jinnah did with all the nationalities. And he started saying that the language problem in Bengal, then in Sindh, especially the Sikandar Mirza and Ayub Khan, they said this is a Pakistan, it's not for the nationalities, it's for the Muslims. This is a country of the Muslims, but our demand was this, no, this is a country of the people and this is a country of the nationalities. Because of that, they have imposed one unit. One unit means there is a no nationality, there is a no language. What the federation decide, what the federal government decide, that is the final order. And they have, even in Balochistan and on our side, I don't know at that time the Bengal, people are not allowed to write their nationalities with their names. And this was the actual one unit. The one unit is against the nationalities, because they know it without imposing one unit, they cannot control the nationalities, which they have did. This was the actual one unit. My father told me that after the election, Bhutto came to us. And he told me that how it's possible that I also should be in power equally as Mujib. My father told Mr. Zulfikar Ali Bhutto, look, how it's possible? You are running a federation. And East Bengal is the majority. How you can be equally shareholder? He said, no, I want equal share. Then this story told by father to me, then I have listened from Altaf Goha. Finally, I have read it from Altaf Goha's book. Because this man was so power-hungry man. When he was foreign minister of Ayub Khan, this Bhutto had started some agitation as a foreign minister. Ghaus says that Bhutto called me from, I was somewhere, ambassador or something, but I was not in Pakistan. He says that come and tell your friend what's the problem with you. The interesting thing Ghaus told me, he says when I have come from there, he was in a president's office. I said, Bhutto, what's the problem with you? उसने कहा, Mrs. Altaf Gowar, as soon as possible, I want to come on this seat. Actually, Bhutto have tried to convince the Baloch leadership and Pashtun leadership that you don't go with Sheikh Mujibur Rahman. But they have different mind and different mindsets. They refuse Bhutto. And they have come, they have stayed here for around more than 2 weeks, discussing things with Mujib. And one thing I remember, now when Benazir case was happened, it was before 2 or 3 days before 25th, 26th March, that my father told me that we were staying in some hotel at that time. I don't remember which hotel in Dhaka. But that Black Day was announced by Awami League. And he says that even all the official vehicles were moving on the road, but with a black flag. At that day, Wali Khan told me that Bengalis have decided now they will not live with us. Because Bhutto had created emotions against the Bengalis, the problem become how to recognize Bengal now. Again, this national party and these people have very long struggle to convince the people to recognize this Bangladesh. That's a very famous poem of Habib Jalib. Her daughter is here. We can also sing that. कि ना मंजूर तो ना मंजूर तो क्या मंजूर. Actually, this was demand from the National Party and the people of Balochistan, Sindh, and all the leftists and progressive people that immediately you should recognize the Bengal as Bangladesh. Definitely, it's a honor for me, and it's a honor for my political party also. But we have demanded today even. Because now, what happened in 1971, that's gone now. Now I think the people of Bengal is a now new generation. In Pakistan also there is a new generation. In Bengal, the young guys maybe know something, but what I have talking from last 2 days, they also know very little. Maybe in Pakistan people don't know what happened. The young guys have come, that my son, the new generation. One thing must be clear now. Pakistan should apologize officially first. And second, because what I see here and what I see in Pakistan, even after getting the independence of 41 years, but still the establishment is not so weak here. Still democracy is under threat here, and still democracy is under threat there. My wish will be that both the nations must realize, and they started a new agreement with each other, with the new relations with the two sovereign countries, and we can be friends because it's not my father is not alive. Maybe the many people, their father is not alive. Things have gone. After Second World War, the whole Europe is becoming united. Then why we don't do trade with each other? There are the many things which Bangladesh need from Pakistan. There are many things Pakistan needs from Bangladesh. And I think we have to start a new relation with each other. But my demand will be, we have to tell truth to our youngers.